So when I first started teaching at Carl Hayden, I was so excited and I had all these grandiose ideas of what I was going to do to young kids and help make their lives, improved and exciting and all that stuff about science. I just couldn't wait to get in there. I was shocked when I found out that the second something got tough, they quit. They didn't know how to persevere or pursue, the scientific method in order to solve problems. And I also noticed that I was kind of stifled. I was in a classroom where I was being observed, and I had these things I had to teach at different times, and I didn't have the flexibility to be spontaneous or do what I really wanted to do. I saw right away that what I needed to do was to play with the kids in science. And the classroom structure I was dealing with didn't allow that. So I created a club after school where we could do just that. We would pick projects, and what you see there is one of our first projects. We decided we're going to build an electric car. Turns out, we didn't know it at the time, we were the first high school in the country to build and race full-size electric vehicles. The picture that you see up there of the car that looks like an Indianapolis-style car, that car was able to go 100 miles an hour, and we can change 1,000 pounds of batteries in 15 seconds. And this was back in 1992. So you guys that are driving your electric cars and Priuses and stuff like that, been there, done that. So what was fascinating was I saw a sea change in the kids. They were actually paying attention in class because the things that they were talking about in class now had relevance to them, about the energy management system of the batteries and how do you build engines that have the right amount of torque. Their physics classes had relevancy, their math classes had relevancy. And I was able to do make some observations that I wasn't planning to see, but was fascinating to watch. And that's that our kids were getting in the news for something positive instead of something negative. And that gave them a sense of identity that they weren't used to. We would go places and people would say, "Oh, you're that school that does electric cars," and the kids would walk out all proud and everything because they weren't called, "Oh, you're the school with the low test scores," or where you have the gangs or the fights or anything like that. So that made a huge difference.